really strong T1 composition. The reason why you see this instead of an Aphelios or the Jace Not Fizz also. All right, so now T1 are going to draw an Ahri ban, right? Get a Renekton ban, and then we'll actually swap their draft's identity into Vi is just going to play a little bit of keep away, a little bit of defensive setups here for the lanes. Intense Valdez, this draft here. Aiming going Comet. That's probably all we need to know. And BDD on this Twisted Fate, it's just one of those picks you want to get excited about. You want to feel like, okay, this is one of his best champions. There is a lot of lockdown in this composition to try to kill the Zeri. And because of the Ashe pick, you know, normally it looked like, and it very much, as you can see, a slight lead for BDD in mid. It won't mean anything if he can't use it to get the more relevant parts of this draft online.
So we're going to have that first Drake picked up here by T1. It's a HACE from minute 1 and make it feel helpless and kind of win that mental game. As now we are going to have T1 starting up this Rift Herald. Remember, they got the early Hextech Drake as well. So they're going to take both objectives early with they cast it in mid.
Plus the fact that they know the Destiny Gate is on cooldown, so there's just no angle here. You have the Wukong ult and you have to try to use it, but he's zoned.
Okay, so they're going to get it. They try to collapse in here. Nice try to get the Jax away, but T1 are on the run. As now maybe the pick's coming in. A arrow from bottom lane, but that doesn't really matter. First blood given over to Keen. On the top side, Zay's super low. As Cuz trying to follow up here. Faker wants to be the hero. We'll see if he can do it. Maybe not expecting him. His Counter-Strike is used onto him just to zone him away. And down will go Zeus. So a couple of kills finally into the pockets of KT.
Yeah, and this is pretty huge for the Jax picking up one. Stopping the Herald would have been nice, but T1 are going to be able to pick up the Eye regardless here. And you have the engage with Cyclone and Counter-Strike, and that's what KT were banking on here. And unfortunately, the initial setup there with the Twisted Fate was great.
Okay, here we go. Getting in onto Carrier. The cleanse is late. As down he will go at the end of it, just waiting for the stun. And he did not have flash, so a trade of kills.
Yeah, but it's a better trade for T1. The enemy AD carry goes down, and Guma is going to be able to pick up the kill here and go back. He has...
Like I mentioned, I think they're going to make a play for this second Drake, this Infernal, and that they are.
Yeah, I mean, T1 want to contest still. Keen just TP'd top.
Ooh. Well, let's see how this goes. Baker's in the pit. That's an arrow on the BDD. The Cyclone is massive, though, as the damage is in there. Double Cyclone onto everybody in the pit. The damage here from Guma is pretty good. He's going to pick up a double as we have a little Zeri moment. Beginning to form, aiming, not able to run away. That's another kill for the Zeri. That's 3, and it might just be 4 at the end of it. A quadra kill for Guma, who has 5 kills now.
He has 5 kills and a completed cull, 4 plates of gold, and he's got a whole minute to get the final plate. So 2 back-to-back full plate turrets to Guma, this time with 5 kills. I think we can certify it, Valdez. I think we can say it. Stamped. And this game is now off the rails here for KT. No longer able to take these skirmishes. It doesn't have lethal tempo. Is not going to be able to match an AD carry this early in the game.
A little kill on the top side maybe. Nicely done from Keen. He's like, I'm going to take this into my own hands, okay? My team's not getting it done on the bottom side.
Here looking for second Herald here.
Yeah. And
Baker's free farming, you know, so this is not going to be something that goes over without a cross map.
Of course. As down goes the objective, they get the Rift Heralds, and there is a way, you know, with Fed Jax, you got a Wukong, you have a million ways.
And Cuz flash ult available, so respect has to be shown. They've got the Narbar.
Lance has to go in, he gets slowed up, and he gets bursted down, and down goes the Leona, but they traded for the Gnar, and down goes the Vi as well. Where did their front line go? And Guma's like, I just want a front line to do some damage. He's not going to have one. As here comes KT, they're going to find Guma and get the massive shutdown of gold into the Jax.
I mean, that fight was so perfectly played from KT.
You know, what you just mentioned, Wolf, is that T1, a lot of times, they're like, we can just take this fight. We're the better team. We can just win. You know, that overconfidence, that cockiness. It's not the first time it has bit them in the butt in the past. And maybe it might just get them here as Carrier is caught out. BDD is now on the map. Down will go Carrier for free.
And we talked about this, like, because this Ashe was picked so early and T1 aren't playing a pick comp, The Ashe is actually vulnerable on the map. A very squishy support can't really offer anything for Guma. It's really Oner and Zeus who have to be the front line for this carry, and we're doing a Baron early, 21-30 here with that pick on the Ashe. They have map control, and they've got such great turn. TP from Oner, or rather from Zeus.
He does have an R-bar this time, so there is potential, but the rest of the team not really able to get in here just yet.
Oner has no flash, and they have no vision on this.
Mini Gnar now. KT just, oh, they're going to keep at least, and they immediately go straight into Keen as Faker takes it down. Gonna get the Baron, and now they're going to buy a lot of time for themselves.
This is a T1 move, man. You've got double smite. Faker's got unsealed spellbook. You go in for the double smite play, and KT, they had vision control, but when T1 came in, the collapse, the engage was a little bit slow. And
their side there as vision was being cleared out.
They gave T1 prio on this dragon though, and now Zeus is just holding that Narbar exactly where he wants it. And they've got good turn here too. Just need that front line.
I was waiting for this. Mega Gnar is going to be started as here he goes.
Here comes
the angle, and he's stolen away because takes the Ocean Drake, takes the Ocean Soul. As they're trying to turn here onto the Jax, they want 100 zero hit, but the Solar Eclipse is massive from the Leona. They're going really deep as Keen is just frontlining into the Zeri. It's not going to get Guma, though. Crucially, Guma's still alive. Did they go too deep is the question. As now the Zeri's going insane, but it's not enough. Faker has to do it alone, and can he? Yes, he will. With Zeus and Keria left alive, T1 take the win.
12,000 damage between Faker and Guma. Two players did 12,000 damage in that fight. Yeah, Keen's got his Zonias, and he's up in the thick of things, but they can't kill the Zeri fast enough, and they cannot kill the Kassadin at all. You got the Cloud Soul here as KT, but it isn't going to be as significant right now as what T1 is going to get with this Baron. The gold injection here for the side of T1 for this Kassadin is massive, as it's a long con flank attempt here from BDD. Zeus is carded here. They get the Drake, but they do not secure any CC onto Guma. Stopwatch is used here, or the Zonias rather, but notice that Guma is not CC'd until the very last moment here where he just cleanses and kites back.
It's doing so much damage as they're all stunned right in front of him.
And Faker is just unkillable in this fight. Once the Jax is gone, and the lethality aspect of this Varus is done, after his Qs have gone off and he actually can't do anything damage-wise.
He did not clear out that one ward. And as you mentioned, you know, the damage is there, but it's not huge. They can't just quite burst this down, but they're committing. KT going to commit to this one, as over the wall we have double smite again. Can they steal it again? Yes, they can! They take it down. And now KT are just lost. Where do you go from here? As ults are going in, they try to turn onto Mega Gnar as Zeus gets low, but he will survive. And the damage not quite there. Guma's over the wall, goes to the ult. He is going to cleanse early, but he doesn't really care. He's still kiting him out.
There's no damage in KT's comp. They can't kill anybody.
They can't kill anybody. Faker is in the backline. Guma is diving the entire team. As some low health bars, Guma goes down. Faker went a little bit too low, and they turn it around.
Oh, they went way too deep. They went way too deep. And you know what? There's enough damage in this comp where if you just walk into 4 people, you will get killed. And the damage coming through just barely from aiming on this lethality Varus late game here. It ends up working out as Guma just...
It looks like.
No cleanse for Guma, but he does have the Scimitar ready.
A lot of damage thrown into Keria as this is a straight up 5v5 BDD on the backside here, but so is Faker. As we wrap around each other, as the arrow comes in, it's going to find BDD. They're looking for it. Zeus not really going to get the angle himself. Has to hop away. Tons of damage in onto the Elder already. As okay, that's the ult from Leona. They're trying to get in there, and it's a bit of a flip for KT are winning this fight as Guma trying to front the back, but it's already 5v3. As
Guma carry,
Elder's going to be taken. Elder's going to be taken. KT will turn this one, and Guma will get carded and will get executed. KT should take this, and yes, Faker will be taken out as well. Keria's got nowhere to go. And it looks like KT have done it.
Look at Lehans, he's clapping his hands. Keen looks relieved as Keria is going to look for an arrow here. It will not matter. And I didn't think I was necessarily going to say it tonight, Valdez, but we have a series on our hands. KT bringing it back in what was nearly an Elder flip, but T1 lose the fight. Keen carries.
A scary game, but they get it done, Wolf. They get it done in 37 minutes. Keria, of course, not going to be able to stop them. Down goes the Nexus, and we have a series on our hands. It's all tied at 1.